So, what's our world actually going to look like in just 2 years? 2026, it might feel far away, but it is right around the corner. We're about to dive into a fascinating set of predictions from futurist Sinead Bovell, and she thinks AI is about to redefine, well, pretty much everything.
Wow, that quote really says it all, doesn't it? Bovell isn't talking about small, minor tweaks here. This is a prediction of a fundamental, massive shift across our devices, our culture, and even our own behavior. The stakes, as you can see, are incredibly high.
All right, so let's start with how all this is going to affect you and me personally. The first prediction is all about our daily relationship with technology and how it's about to get completely rewired.
First up, the idea that the online world as we've known it is hitting a wall. We've basically reached peak social media. I think we can all feel this, right? People are just maxed out. We're tired of the polarization, the endless doom scrolling, and now this flood of AI-generated slop that makes it so hard to know what's even real anymore. The whole online experience has just become draining.
And this isn't just a feeling, there's real data to back this up. That number, 10%, that represents a huge drop in the time younger users spent on social media in just 2 years, between 2022 and 2024. That is not a small dip. That is a clear, loud signal that a major shift is happening right now.
So you're probably wondering, where is all that attention going? Well, it's going offline. There's a new status symbol emerging, what Bovell calls the offline flex. It's a reaction against that curated, often kind of fake online world. So forget follower counts. The new flex is proving you have a rich, real life. We're seeing this with the rise of dumb phones without all the apps, and people ditching dating apps to join running clubs and even hire matchmakers. They're looking for genuine connection, not digital performance.
And here's the great paradox in all this. The very technology that seems to be taking over everything, AI, might actually be the thing that pushes us off our screens. As AI gets better at understanding what we need, the less we'll have to physically stare and tap on our devices to get things done.
This really shows the shift perfectly. We are moving towards a voice-first society. So, instead of opening an app and tapping through a bunch of menus, you'll just tell your device, hey, order me an Uber or refill my groceries. That old loop of opening, swiping, and clicking, yeah, it's on its way out. And this whole trend is just going to accelerate with the rise of AI-powered glasses. Think about it. If you can just talk to the AI that's in your glasses, your phone stays in your pocket more. Now, I know some people might scoff at that, but hey, remember, people said the same thing about iPhones and AirPods. The move away from the phone screen is coming.
Now, all of these personal changes are, of course, bound to cause a bigger reaction. And that brings us to our next set of predictions, what's being called society's AI reckoning. By 2026, it's predicted that a significant resistance movement against AI will really start to form. And it's not going to be triggered by just one thing, but by a combination of pressures building up. You've got growing job displacement, people starting to feel the negative mental impacts of AI on their ability to think deeply, and of course, the relentless spread of disinformation. All of that is expected to come together and form a pretty powerful public backlash.
And that backlash is absolutely going to spill into the political world. The idea is that a politician is finally going to go beyond the generic, vague statements and build a campaign around a real, thoughtful plan for how AI is going to impact our jobs and our kids' education. A topic that, let's be honest, has been mostly kicked down the road so far.
The tension is also going to play out in our culture in a big way. We should expect some kind of massive moment in entertainment, maybe an AI-generated song that goes totally viral. And not as a joke or a novelty, but because people genuinely love it. And that's where things could get really, really divisive.
A moment like that will create a deep split in our culture. You'll have one side that embraces it, saying, hey, this is great content, I'm into it. But the other side will see it as a complete mockery of art, and it'll raise huge questions about copyright and authenticity. We're going to see people start to decide for themselves what's real art, creating all these new kinds of cultural bubbles.
So for our final section, let's pop the hood. Beyond how we interact with it and react to it, where is the underlying technology of AI actually going? This is the next AI frontier.
Okay, a really crucial prediction here is that the kind of AI that powers tools like ChatGPT, well, it's hitting a ceiling. A major reason for this is that the very internet data they learn from is getting polluted with other AI-generated content. It's making the whole training process a lot messier. This is what we have right now. They're called large language models, or LLMs. You can think of them as being absolute masters of text. They analyze patterns across the internet to predict the next word in a sentence. It's incredibly powerful for sure, but it isn't a true understanding of the world.
The predicted next leap is to something called world models. Now, these don't just predict the next word. They build these little simulations of reality to predict what happens next. By learning from massive amounts of video, audio, and sensor data, they start to understand cause and effect, the basic physics of our world. This is a vital step for things like robotics or truly self-driving cars.
And this shift from just predicting words to predicting the world, it opens the door to what might be AI's most important application. And it's probably the one that most of us can actually agree on. And that is AI as a medical necessity. The prediction is that by 2026, we are going to see a massive breakthrough in medicine, driven by AI, that reframes it from just a cool tool to something that is absolutely essential for our health. You see, for years, kind of behind the scenes, researchers have been quietly building these custom AI models to tackle the absolute hardest problems in biology. They're creating specialized AI for cancer research, for neurodegenerative diseases, and so much more. The prediction is that we are right on the verge of seeing the incredible results of all that long-term work.
And that's really the key takeaway here. A massive breakthrough in treating a disease, or a brand new approach to healthcare that could completely reframe the entire public debate. It will show everyone the parts of AI that are, without a doubt, worth fighting for.
Which brings us right back to where we started. You. All these predictions, the move offline, the voice-first world, the rise of AI glasses, they all point to a future where our devices demand less of our direct, eyeballs-on-screen attention. So the real question for 2026 and beyond is this: what will we choose to do with all that reclaimed focus?